videos in the series where I just read something for the first time I haven't read before, that I might or might not know anything about the poet. And this poet, in VQR, I don't really know anything about her, and I don't really actually typically read VQR. Sorry, guys. It's a little far from my usual taste. That's okay. I think the great thing about poetry is you can read all kind of different styles and enjoy what's there. So I'm going to read this one. Jeredith Merrin. I know nothing about her. We have a prep for this. This poem is from a sequence of 10-line poems in response to Merrin's daughter's cancer diagnosis. Okay, that's pretty heavy. Let's just go here. I'm not going to read the other ones now. Her hair would seem like more directly related than today. Let's see. That's a poster. I find that poster thing kind of distracting, personally. I'd just rather look at the piece the way it was. Today I went, so untitled, given that title. Today I went to get the tax forms we needed from the federal building and the thick, bald, simultaneously smug. Okay, first we got 4 lines, 2 here. Today I went to get the tax forms, 10 syllables, needed from the federal building, and 10 syllables, the thick, bald, simultaneously smug, 10 syllables. Okay, so we're working here, but today I went to get the tax forms. There's a little variation we needed from the federal building. All right, this is iambic pentameter. I don't see a rhyme scheme on the end of it, so I'm just going to assume iambic pentameter. 2 quatrains and a couplet at the end of it. Me, we, I see that rhymes. Smug, I don't see it, and nope. Me, we, the first lines rhyme in all of them. Okay, let's just go from there. So, formed, but not overly formed. I don't get the sense of sing-songiness from this. The poet seems to be handling the form pretty well. I like the simultaneously, you get these multi-syllable words fitting in, I think is a little bit harder to do. Today I went to get the tax forms we needed from the federal building, and the thick, bald, simultaneously smug. Love that. Nice S sounds in here. We get envious following up on that too. Definitely seems to fit with that kind of insult that's going on for this low-level bureaucrat. I went to get the forms needed from this smug, envious, low-level bureaucrat. In his stupid, there's a same stress there of that S sound. No color cube told me, like the clear stress of no color cube. Bureaucrat, thick, bald. They didn't have them. Which is weird to me. And I just step back for a minute. This is like one of those things that happens is when you're reading it first time through and you're just enjoying the piece, not necessarily reading it as a teacher or trying to teach somebody or discuss it even as the idea of going in to get a tax form. I haven't done that in forever. It's all online for me. It's been online for a long time. I don't even know where the hell to pick things up anymore. So it's just honestly interesting, the irritation from this process. They didn't have them. He called them as if I'd asked for some boutique Costa Rican chocolate specialty forms. They don't have this stuff at the tax building, which was where they should have specialty forms. Fuck him, which is like, whoa, bam. Definitely like intense reaction for a tax form, but it feels like if it fits in the process of this whole like having to go in to find it, and this person's smug and treats you like crap. There you go. Especially in Forkham, fuck this small town city. Yeah, there's that, I feel like classic, I'm assuming this is American poet here, classic American screw your small town mindset that happens quite a bit. And as for the knee-jerk advice, positivity, fuck you. It's so hard to say who, like, did he give this advice or did somebody else, or is this layered on top of her kid having cancer, which we don't get in the poem. It doesn't come up in the poem at all, but if it were in a series, you could see this where people are always telling you to think positive. And this one small thing would set you off pretty clearly. I could see that. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's just directed straight at us as the reader. We're like, don't overreact. Well, fuck you, right? You could see that like over push to like you don't know how much weight there is in life for this person. So, positivity feels like almost an insult. And having to get crap from a low-level bureaucrat happens this way too. I read that pretty much as a straight-up narrative in this poem, but added the details that I don't know that are fair to add unless you're putting this in the context of the rest of the piece. I feel like my new critical teachers would have been like, "Wait, that wasn't in the poem." Yeah, it wasn't. They were in context. Maybe that would jump out at you. In here, you just get the irritation. You don't exactly know who's saying positivity. And you get the sense of being fried by this. It's interesting to me that this is in a form. And in some ways, I feel like the language used in it fits the form because it's fairly straightforward language. And it fits the natural iambic tendency of English already, so it kind of fits this form. Well, even if the anger that shows up here seems to be spilling out of form. So I'm curious. I'd actually like to look more at the rest of this collection to see how this works in that context on its own. It's nice. I think the context might help it make sense. I don't know, that's quite the word. Might help it have a few more layers that I can't access without the context. So, fun first read. Some nice sounds here. Today, I went to get the tax forms needed from the federal building. Thick, bald. I like the harsh stress. The spondies there. Thick, bald, simultaneously smug. Right. And these nice harsh sounds that are coming out flow in with us. So nice poem. Jeredith Merrin. There you go. I didn't really add anything profound here. I think I'd have to see some context to take a look at class, gender issues, and all that stuff. So for now, that's just a straight up read.